What if I told you there's a dog breed so protective, so naturally suspicious of strangers, that it's been banned in multiple countries? A dog so loyal to its family that it would literally die before allowing harm to come to them. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the Fila Brasileiro, a breed that's earned the controversial title of the most dangerous dog in the world. But is this reputation deserved? Or is there more to this Brazilian giant than meets the eye? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're exploring one of the most misunderstood and controversial dog breeds on the planet. The Fila Brasileiro, also known as the Brazilian Mastiff, is a breed that commands respect, fear, and admiration in equal measure. But before we dive in, I want to be crystal clear. This video is for educational purposes only. We're not promoting or discouraging ownership of this breed, but rather providing you with factual information about these remarkable animals. If you're interested in learning about unique and powerful dog breeds, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming up in this video. Origins and history. To understand the Fila Brasileiro, we need to travel back in time to 16th century Brazil. Picture this: Portuguese colonizers arriving in the New World, bringing with them various European dog breeds. These dogs, including English Mastiffs, Bloodhounds, and the Bulldogs, would eventually interbreed and adapt to the harsh Brazilian landscape, creating something entirely new. The name Fila comes from the Portuguese word filar, which means to hold or to catch. And that's exactly what these dogs were bred to do. Brazilian plantation owners needed a dog that could track runaway slaves, guard vast properties, and hunt dangerous game like jaguars. They needed an animal with the tracking ability of a bloodhound, the courage of a bulldog, and the size and power of a mastiff. But here's where things get really interesting and controversial. The Fila Brasileiro was specifically bred to exhibit what's called ojeriza, an inherent distrust and aversion to strangers. This wasn't a bug in their breeding program, it was a feature. These dogs were supposed to be naturally suspicious of anyone they didn't know, making them perfect guardians for isolated plantations. The breed was officially recognized by the Brazilian Kennel Club in 1946 and by the FCI in 1968. However, their reputation had already spread far beyond Brazil's borders, and not always for the right reasons. Physical characteristics. Now let's talk about what makes these dogs so physically imposing. The Fila Brasileiro is a large to giant breed. Males typically weigh between 110 to 180 pounds, while females range from 90 to 130 pounds. But it's not just their size that's impressive, it's their build. These dogs have a rectangular body structure, meaning they're longer than they are tall. They possess a distinctive camel walk. Their back legs move in the same direction simultaneously, creating a rolling gait that's unique among dog breeds. This gait isn't just for show, it's incredibly efficient for covering long distances while tracking. Look at that head, massive, with a broad skull and strong jaw. Their expression is noble but intense, with dark, almond-shaped eyes that seem to look right through you. Their ears are large, thick, and hang close to their head. The skin is loose and thick, which historically protected them from thorns and the claws of wild animals they might encounter. Fila Brasileiros come in various colors including fawn, brindle, and black, often with white markings on the chest, feet, and tip of the tail. However, white dogs, or those with white markings covering more than a quarter of their body, are not accepted in breed standards. The infamous Temperament. Now we come to the heart of the controversy, the Fila Brasileiro's Temperament. This is where we need to separate fact from fiction, because there's a lot of misinformation out there. With their families, Filas are known to be incredibly gentle, patient, and devoted. They're often called nanny dogs in Brazil because of their protective nature around children. They form incredibly strong bonds with their human pack and will go to extraordinary lengths to protect them. But here's where things get complicated. The breed standard actually includes ojeriza, that natural aversion to strangers I mentioned earlier. This isn't aggression in the traditional sense. It's a deep-seated suspicion and discomfort around people they don't know. A well-bred Fila won't necessarily attack a stranger, but they will be aloof, watchful, and ready to act if they perceive a threat. Brazilian breed experts often say, only a Fila owner can judge a Fila. This means that in dog shows, these dogs are never handled by judges. They're evaluated from a distance, because forcing interaction with strangers goes against their very nature. This temperament trait, combined with their size and power, has led to significant controversy. Several countries, including the United Kingdom, Australia, and others, have banned or heavily restricted ownership of Fila Brasileiros. But is this fair? That's a question we'll explore more in a moment. Training and socialization. If you're thinking about the Fila Brasileiro, training and socialization aren't optional. They're absolutely critical. But here's the thing. Traditional dog training methods often don't work with this breed. These dogs require an experienced handler who understands their unique psychology. You can't train the ojeriza out of a Fila. It's hardwired into their DNA. What you can do is teach them when their protective instincts are appropriate and when they're not. Early socialization is crucial, but it needs to be done carefully. The goal isn't to make them love strangers. That goes against their nature. Instead, the goal is to teach them to tolerate strangers under their owner's guidance and to distinguish between normal social situations and actual threats. Professional trainers who work with Filas emphasize the importance of consistent, firm, but never harsh leadership. These dogs respect authority, but they need to trust their handler completely. Physical punishment or dominance-based training methods can backfire spectacularly with this breed. Proper management is also key. This means secure fencing, controlled interactions with strangers, and ensuring the dog always has a clear understanding of what's expected of them in different situations. The controversy, dangerous or misunderstood. So let's address the elephant in the room. Are Fila Brasileiros actually dangerous? The answer, like most things in life, isn't black and white. There have been incidents involving Fila Brasileiros, some resulting in serious injuries. However, context matters. Many of these incidents involved dogs that were improperly bred, inadequately socialized, or placed in inappropriate situations by irresponsible owners. When we look at bite statistics and serious incidents, the numbers need to be considered alongside the breed's popularity and total population. Breeds like German Shepherds and Rottweilers actually appear more frequently in bite statistics, but they're also much more common. Many canine behaviorists argue that the Fila's reputation as dangerous is more about their unsuitability for average dog owners rather than inherent viciousness. The legal restrictions in various countries often stem from insurance concerns and public safety considerations rather than specific evidence against the breed itself. It's a complex issue that involves balancing individual rights with public safety. However, there are thousands of responsible Fila owners around the world who have never had incidents. These owners understand their dog's nature, provide appropriate training and socialization, and manage their pets responsibly. Health and care. Like all large breeds, Fila Brasileiros have specific health considerations that potential owners need to understand. Hip dysplasia is a concern, as it is with most large breeds. Elbow dysplasia, gastric torsion, bloat, and heart conditions can also occur. Responsible breeders will health test their breeding stock and provide health clearances for puppies. The average lifespan is 8 to 12 years, which is typical for giant breeds. As they age, they may develop arthritis and other joint issues due to their size. Daily care includes regular brushing, they're moderate shedders, nail trimming, ear cleaning, and dental care. Exercise needs are moderate. They're not marathon runners, but they do need daily walks and mental stimulation. Nutrition is crucial, especially during their growth phase. Large breed puppy foods help ensure proper development and reduce the risk of developmental orthopedic diseases. Is a Fila Brasileiro right for you? Let's be brutally honest about whether a Fila Brasileiro might be right for you. And for most people watching this video, the answer is probably no. And that's not an insult, it's just reality. These dogs are not apartment pets. They're not dogs for first-time owners. They're not dogs for people who want a social butterfly that everyone can pet. They're working dogs with specific traits that were developed for specific purposes. If you're attracted to the loyalty and protective nature but want something more manageable, consider breeds like the Rhodesian Ridgeback, Portuguese Water Dog, or even a German Shepherd. These breeds can offer some similar qualities without the extreme specialization of the Fila. The future of the breed. The future of the Fila Brasileiro is complicated. In Brazil, dedicated breeders work to preserve the breed's original characteristics while promoting responsible ownership. Internationally, the breed faces challenges due to legal restrictions and public perception. Some breed clubs are working to educate the public and promote responsible breeding practices. There's an ongoing debate within the breed community about whether to modify the breed's temperament to make them more suitable as family pets, or to preserve their original working characteristics. It's a complex issue with valid arguments on both sides. So is the Fila Brasileiro really the most dangerous dog in the world? The answer depends on your perspective and definition of dangerous. These dogs are incredibly powerful, naturally protective, and require expert handling. In the wrong hands, they can indeed be dangerous. But with proper breeding, training, and management, they can be devoted family guardians. The Fila Brasileiro represents something that's becoming increasingly rare in our modern world. A dog breed that was developed for a specific purpose and has retained those characteristics despite changing times. Whether you see that as admirable or problematic probably depends on your view of how humans and dogs should interact in modern society. What do you think? Are breeds like the Fila Brasileiro important to preserve, or do they have no place in modern society? Let me know in the comments below, but please keep the discussion respectful and factual. If you found this video informative, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content about unique and fascinating dog breeds. Thanks for watching, and remember, every dog deserves understanding, even if they're not right for everyone. Until next time, keep learning.